Lucas, JT said he's never been in a game quite like this. What are your thoughts on the game here tonight?
Yeah, pretty similar. A lot of emotions up and down. Find a way again to be able to get 2 points, which is huge. Obviously we don't want to put ourselves in those positions, but we ended up there, and I think we handled it pretty good.
How did the game winner unfold from your perspective?
Just saw Lark step by. Thought he was going for a breakaway first, but he was probably pretty tired. Then just try to jump up. I was pretty tired too, and then just try to get off a shot. So, yeah, happy went in.
And what about the one that tied it?
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy sequence. Puck was bouncing all over the place. It felt like a lot of sticks flying everywhere, and then got it and was kind of wide open. So, yeah, felt good.
For both players, or either when it was 4-1 onward, was that just pure desperation on your guys' part? Did you really feel that you had to crank it up, obviously?
Yeah. I don't know if we just felt that way. We had to. Desperation and belief, I think the biggest thing is we still believed in each other, in the group, and never gave up. I mean, even that last shift in regulation, when it felt like the puck might never go in for us, those guys stuck with it. And, Ray's goal, the poise he had in that moment to, take a few steps up with all how hectic it was. What an unbelievable play to get us tied and get us to overtime.
JT, when they went up 4-1, how important was it for you to score there fairly quickly after that, just to kind of gain back some momentum?
Yeah. Obviously big, but I think we still believed, like I said, down 3 goals. We've came back. I don't know what the number is. Newsy said it after the second intermission, but a lot of times this year. And when you do things consistently, that's what causes the belief to, that we can get back in that game and get the 2 points we needed.
Lucas, what has this last stretch been like? I mean, just, keep being in the chase.
Yeah, it's been a lot of emotions up and down, but it's been fun. I think all of us have enjoyed it. I think we've stuck with it, and been able to pull through with some really big points here down the stretch. And I think if you look at our locker room, we got so many competitive guys who enjoy these types of games. So obviously would have liked it to be a little bit more steady, but it is what it is, and we'll take it from there. I think yet again it shows a lot about our team, the way we're able to come back in these games and come through in the end.
Lucas, certainly you haven't been here a long time, but in the games you've played in this building, there have been some of the bigger ones in the last week and a half. How would you rank just the sound of the building, the crowd, the roar when that goal in the third period went in, and then how do you contrast it to the overtime winner? Because you could hear people screaming all around the concourse, every place.
Yeah, this building has been amazing for us for ever since I've been here. Tonight it helped us for sure. When you get momentum like that and then the crowd feeds into it, you get energy from that, and always feels really, really good when we're able to give back to them. And yeah, like I said, it means a lot to us, and just happy we were able to get a win for all the guys and girls here today.
Loudest you've ever heard?
I kind of blacked out, to be honest, after my OT goal. It was a lot of guys in there, and there was punches being thrown, but it was probably pretty loud, yeah.
On a personal level, where does that rank for you in games played, goals scored?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I guess we'll have to see after the season is done where we're at, if where it ranks. But felt good, and trying to build off of that.
JT, what's the challenge in gearing up to play this exact same team again tomorrow night with the same stakes, needing 2 points again to make the playoffs?
I don't think there's a challenge in the mindset, and we know what we need to do. All tonight did was give us opportunity to finish the job tomorrow. We'll control what we can control, and which is our game. But all we did was give ourselves a chance to finish the job tomorrow.
Hey Lucas, for in the last 10 minutes and then overtime too with Augustus Bear just kind of running things for the back. How much does his kind of calming presence and all of that kind of help fuel all this we saw tonight?
He's an unbelievable player. Like you said, just his poise, the way he handles the puck, and is able to find spots for himself, but to give us the puck as well. I think he's really good at that, and he's a big part of our team, and he played unbelievable tonight.
Did you have a
Just
good
a
look
quick
at the keep?
follow-up to that. Go ahead,
Actually,
sorry.
did you have a good look at the keep he had at the blue lines? It's, I think he probably jumped higher than he's ever.
Yeah, no, it was a good jump. So obviously huge for us, keeping that in there, being able to sustain the pressure, and like I said, he makes a lot of good plays out there, and that was one of them.
Newsy,
Just like you drew it up. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Jen.
I said, just like you drew it up.
Yeah, it's just like I drew it up.
Derek, you had said months ago it was gonna come down to game 82, and you were right.
Yeah, just felt that way all along. It's just can't speak enough on the guys. I know this is the 13th game in which we were trailing in the third, and we got 2 full points. Not took points, not lost in overtime. We actually won the game, and actually talked about it after the second. You have these little things throughout the year. When it happens, you're like, we'll tap back into that. We'll tap back into that. And we talked about it after the second. I give the guys a ton of credit to hang in there and to find a way. They've done it all year. And again, we'll have a lot of self-reflection in the off season, but knocking the compete and will of this team will be an easy one to self-reflect on.
This morning you talked how much you were impressed with the fact you guys have started on time, had such great starts lately. Tonight you get behind. What was the difference?
They scored on both of their chances in the second. It's just, again, it's going to be frustrating. Not a great game, not a clean game. A lot of credit to them, but we're going to get out of that period maybe 2 chances against. They both go in. 5 chances over 2 periods, 4 go in. Again, we gave them too much easy offense around the scoring area. Not a lot, but just enough. Didn't hate our first, didn't hate our second. It's just everything went in, and some of it was self-inflicted. But I give again the guys credit to hang in there throughout. And again, I think we got what we deserved tonight, and that was the 2 points.
They blocked 35 shots, and you guys hit at least 5 posts along the way, and it seemed like you had no puck luck. How did you guys overcome that frustration?
It's hung in there. This has been a poised group all year, and a lot of credit to them. That's the fear of playing this team. They don't need a lot for offense, and their will was unbelievable. They had 20-plus blocks. I mean, the league average in a game is around 16, and they had that covered. They were 20-plus going into the third, let alone what they did in the third. So we had a very game opponent tonight, and I just give our guys credit for hanging in there, not to get frustrated. Even the talk on the bench, don't get frustrated, get hungrier, and give the guys credit. They did that.
Derek, can you talk about that game-winning goal with regard to how long they had already been on the ice and the fatigue they must have been feeling as they had?
Yeah, it's obviously not ideal how I only used the 4 forwards. I think Bob only used the 2D in overtime, but it's that time of year, and we had enough little rest in between where I was comfortable going back with Larks and Raymond, and thankfully we did. Those guys found a way in the end.
Derek, what more can you say about Lucas Raymond here?
He's just the growth of him. You want these important games for many reasons down the stretch, and a lot of it is for the growth of some of our youth. And man, I give him a ton of credit. And it was, he was one of those guys that wasn't going for him. He's on the bad end of some physical plays. Again, didn't get frustrated, hung in there, battled, and obviously the 2 big goals in the end.
How much maturity does it show for him to take that extra second on the tying goal and get a little space?
Yeah, poise, and I think that's growth. That's who he is. Just impressive. Unfortunately, we got chasing it there. We pretty much down to 9 forwards there for a stretch. Again, we got a little lucky with some timeouts and some octopi on the ice to get some breathers. Assist to the fan base there. They had a good feel on what we needed for energy there, but we were able to get through it and have enough in the end. So again, credit to the guys.
What's it like for you watching Justice Bear's last kind of 10 minutes in overtime and the way he helps run everything?
Awesome, and it's good. The same thing. It's this time of year. He's a guy that we probably use third if in the overtime, but he was going. We felt good about it. 2 points were very important tonight, so it's kind of like our forwards. We kind of had a go for it mentality in overtime, and he was an easy decision the way he was going.
How unusual is it to see a guy Raymond's age kind of rise to some of these moments the way that he has? He seems to have a real.
It's impressive, and again, but that's why we need to get in these moments. There's huge growth in it, and he's been impressive to watch in my 2 years he's been here, and he's starting to shine in these really critical moments. So obviously a really good sign for him, but a good sign for us.
You mentioned you come back a lot in the third period, 13 times. But it was 4-1. Was that the highest level of desperation leap you?
And again, it was a good question, but it was a weird 4-1 because we had some push going at 3-1, and then again we gave him a slot chance, and it was in the back of our net. It's 4-1. I thought the goal going into the period was huge. So we talked about we need one before the end of the period. And again, positive by the group. They've hung in there, made those situations, understanding the feel for it too. Getting that second one to give us a chance going to the third, and obviously we got it.
What's the prevailing emotion tonight? Is it relief? Is it pride?
No, I think I try to talk about it. I know they're excited, but I just this is a business trip from this moment on. I know the emotions are high. We didn't get the help we had hoped for around the league. We gotta channel it. We're gonna get on the plane the time we're supposed to. You get your rehab, your rest. It wasn't a lot of rah-rah. It was turn the page. Again, here we are going into this season. No one had us in the playoffs. Most teams had us picked 7th in the division. If you would have told us you have one game 82 on the road, to improve 11 points over your previous season, to have a chance to make the playoffs, every single one of us would have signed up for it. It's here now. It's going to be a challenge for us. They're a really good team. They're very aggressive offensively. They take a lot of pride in their home ice. It's their fan appreciation night. We need to turn the page and give ourselves an opportunity tomorrow.
I don't know if you addressed this before the game, but you go back with line tomorrow night? Or?
No, we're going to go Reimer. The whole time we had a feel of going Alex and Rhymes, and this helped tonight.
You still need some help tomorrow, but as far as taking care of your own business, what's going to be the message as far as getting off to a better start tomorrow?
The same thing, not give easy offense. And again, it was a very frustrating period. Shot attempts were almost 3-1 after the first. We had the puck, felt like a ton in the first, but we gave up 2 chances in the slot that ended up in the back of our net. So no easy offense. Get back to hopefully managing our game in the first.
Do you text Torts and tell them to go win tomorrow?
They're in it too. It kind of played out that they got a home ice and they're in it. So I think Torts will have them motivated himself. I don't think he needs a phone call from me tonight. So thanks, guys.